Dear Baltimore, we met in 2000. You could read me with your eyes closed. A boy battling the effects of grief and trauma, kicked out of 5 schools. My father was gone before Christmas. My mother was burdened with a cancer diagnosis to shortly die afterwards from a tumor. That same boy was sentenced to prisons for years, an orphan, bereft of guidance. Prison was a different level in the same hell. I learned how to survive being caged and under surveillance. My soul was burdened under the weight of being nameless. I cannot tell you exactly how I held on, but one truth was alarmingly clear. I desperately needed a lifeline. So, I earned my GED and diploma. Education was the rope leading the way out. This rope led me to college. Baltimore, do you remember when we first met? I was a recent Lincoln University graduate with a triple major, yet still anchorless. You, a bustling city with hills of promise and low valleys of poverty, constantly demanding strong will and hard work. We just fit. I started at Forest Park High School as a social studies teacher. The neighborhood, once largely Jewish, but now an example of the change of Baltimore, was my first indoctrination to your ways. I learned your ins and outs. I rubbed elbows and shared butter bread with your natives. I came to love crab soup, Obey seasoning, and the scent of the harbor. I saw an opportunity and I wanted more. You told me to go to work, so I did. No one else wanted to give someone with my history a chance, but you did. Your grace brought me through the Baltimore City school system as a teacher, then administrator. You taught me that if I cared, if I was committed, anything was possible. You watched me grow arrogant. I became one of the youngest administrators in your city. My accolades mounted around a self-proclaimed throne. You watched me climb the slippery slopes of your world with your hands behind your back. You waited. I lost everything. My job, my livelihood, my sense of accomplishment. My hands, once so full of you, were now cracked, dried, and empty. I became Jonah blind with entitlement. You, the patient well. You held me in your belly until I needed to breathe different air. I had no choice but to leave. Baltimore, I left you. I went to DC and started this process again. I became the director of student support services at a well-known charter school. This time it was different, and so was I. I remembered your lessons. A new tenacity etched in my bones. The humbleness in my spirit, the drive for something greater was because of you. In 2010, I had a life-changing idea with the power to radically change the way we engage with forgotten students. I started Concentric Educational Solutions. I started alone, knocking on countless doors. I spoke to thousands of students. I hustled and fought with every fiber of my being, forging this company through sheer determination. Now, 10 years later, Concentric is much more than I've ever imagined. Baltimore, you made Concentric. Without your guidance and unwaveringly faith in the man I could be, Concentric would have not come into existence. You found the students and brought them back to school. You've given them more support, more care, more opportunity to do it right the first time. Concentric is the second chance our students need. This company, this dream, cannot have possibly become what it is today without the grueling process of transformation you took me through. You gave me redemption. You gave me purpose. I offer my gratitude. I pledge to you my allegiance and my service. Your children are now my own too. Baltimore, I love you. We both know that no matter where Concentric grows next, you will always be at the heart of it all. Love always, David.